Comorbidity. Do you know what that means? In psychiatry, this term describes when someone has two or more psychological problems at the same time. And many times, those problems have a cause and effect relationship. To put it in simpler terms, it can be described as a problem created in response to another problem or as a result of another problem. In this video, I'm going to talk about problems. Sometimes, problems seem to just jump on us. And sometimes, we bring problems on ourselves. I'm also going to talk about what we can do to deal with our problems once and for all. I'm Josiah Hall, and this is True Freedom Ministries. Good morning, world. Let me give you an example of what can be described as comorbidity. A young man, needing to fit in among his peers, gives into peer pressure and starts drinking. After a while, he becomes an alcoholic that spends most of his money on drinking and partying. He gets a DUI, loses his license, and now can't pay his bills, as if he didn't have enough problems. Hey, let's swing by the problem factory. I think they have a 2-for-1 special going on. What if I told you that I know a way of dealing with your problems without creating new ones? Would you hear me out? When I was 12 years old, I began smoking weed, drinking anything I could get my hands on, and taking prescription pills when I was able to get them. I was suffering from low self-esteem and dealing with a fear of rejection because I wanted everyone to like me. I would do things that I wouldn't normally do, trying to impress others. I was constantly being sent to the principal's office in school for misbehaving and acting out. I would make smart remarks towards the teacher, trying to make others laugh in an attempt to get others to like me. I would show out in front of crowds, doing foolish things, trying to get people's attention because of my need to feel accepted and wanted. I was living a life that was all about me and my wants. When I think about those days, I remember being court-ordered as a child to see a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist told my grandmother that I was a borderline sociopath, and that was the source of my problems. I began self-medicating, which progressed into a far worse problem than the first. Getting high had become my new norm. I felt an inner peace when I was high, but as soon as the high would wear off, I would come crashing back into reality, and the source of my problems would surface. Many times, our problems start out as something small. They grow into a mountain that we can't climb, move, or go around without divine intervention. And while I was constantly trying to impress others, I was, as the old adage states, making a mountain out of a molehill. Dale Carnegie once said, one of the reasons why birds and horses are so happy is that they aren't trying to impress other birds and horses. In Matthew 12:29, Jesus says, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house? He's not instructing us on how to rob a house, but rather identifying the source of your problems. You may be suffering from an addiction, maybe hungry, depressed, sick, poor, or maybe your cup is overflowing with problems. Are you interested in a better life? The other day I spoke with an electronics specialist about a 55-inch TV that was dropped off to be repaired. When he took it apart, the fuses were blown. So he went to the store, purchased some new ones, and switched them out. But as soon as he plugged the TV in, the new fuses blew as well. The problem was not the fuses, but rather what caused them to blow in the first place. As a result, he was forced to look for the source of the problem in order to repair the TV. I often hear talk about the importance of limiting the use of social media. Many times, people who do will reduce their usage only to fill the void with something equally as polluting. Humans are creatures of habit, and when something is taken out of our lives, we need to replace it with something else in order to fill the void that's been created. As I mentioned at the beginning, What if I told you that I knew the solution to this problem of comorbidity? Would you believe me? Are you tired of drowning out problems with solutions that turn into more problems? Your troubles may be at home, maybe with drugs or alcohol, mental or behavioral issues, crime and delinquency, etc. What can reduce the risk of young people falling prey to things like early sexual activity and substance abuse? What can be done to promote, inspire, encourage an overall healthier lifestyle? Sometimes we all need some help. Fyodor Dostoevsky said, everybody needs some place to go. Everyone needs someone or somewhere to turn to. Recognition of a problem leads to the search for a solution. What we must do is make sure that a solution is genuine and not a potential problem in disguise. The best solution for any and every problem can be found in 5 easy letters. J-E-S-U-S. In 1 Peter 5:7, we are instructed to cast all of our cares upon him, for he cares for us. And yes, the solution is really that easy. Try this on for size. I guarantee you'll fit, and I promise you will never be sorry. Your peace of mind is just a phone call away, and if you don't have God's phone number, let me give it to you. It's Jeremiah 33:3. Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things of which thou knowest not. So go ahead. He's waiting for your call. As usual, if you found this video insightful or encouraging, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever I release a new video. Next, hit the like icon to give it a thumbs up. Lastly, leave a comment below and share your thoughts about this video. Once again, I'm Josiah Hall with True Freedom Ministries. Remember, he that the Son sets free is free indeed. Love and prayers always.
Freedom.